is dependent on them and, stuff like that. But if you have people that depend on you financially and you don't have life insurance, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's pretty irresponsible. That's just what it is, to be honest with you. It's not financially healthy. It's not something that is something you should be proud of. And let's see, Michael says, will Prime members have access to the recording? If you email the support team, they can get you access. So email support at theblackbusinessschool.com. That's support at theblackbusinessschool.com. So I did a little research on this, like in terms of just figuring out like how many people actually don't have life insurance and why. Why don't they have life insurance? Okay, so let me see here. I found some stuff here. According to the Hinnerman Group, out of 6,850 people that die every day, 3,292 die without any insurance at all, and another 1,445 die without adequate insurance by their own admission. This means that 48% of the people who die every day, that's half, approximately half, do not have adequate life insurance. They don't leave benefits behind, and another 21% do not leave enough to meet their family's needs. So let's look at this. Let's make sure this math. No, wait. This math it's not quite. I didn't math it right. I didn't. The math wasn't mathing the way it's supposed to. So let's add these numbers up. So let me see. The number was 3292. So 3292 have nothing, and then there's 1445 that have a little something something, but it's not enough. So if I take that number, 4,737 people, this is how many will die today. How many will die today? And I divide that by 6,850. That's almost 70%. So 69.15% of all people, according to this study, die without adequate life insurance. I think that's absolutely insane. I think that's it's very sad if you have people in your family that you love. Now, if you do not love your relatives, then this does not apply to you. But if you do, I just don't get it. I just don't understand um why people would die without life insurance, because it's so important. And the other thing about death and we talked about this before, that sometimes death does not make an appointment. And you'd be amazed how many people think they're never going to die just because they don't talk about it. And the thing about life is that we're all in this movie together, and none of us is going to make it out of this movie alive. None of us. And so I encourage you, just as a consciousness exercise, to take a minute and say, do I have enough life insurance such that if I died tomorrow, my people that I care about are going to be okay? So you have to imagine yourself as a ghost who's sitting there watching your loved ones struggle and suffer because of things that you could have done yesterday, but you can't do today because you're in heaven. All right. So one other thing that I want to read to you all is they made a list of perceived or reasons why people die without life insurance. So they said here that many people believe that life insurance is too expensive, which keeps them from purchasing a policy. That's not true. Life insurance doesn't cost that much for most people. You should speak to someone. There's a company, the blackinsurancenetwork.com. I think that's what the URL is. Let me see if it works. The blackinsurancenetwork.com with Yolanda Spivey. And I have used them. Their URL doesn't work. If you look up Yolanda Spivey, maybe I got the URL wrong. But if you look up Yolanda Spivey, that's my insurance person. So if you talk to her, tell her Dr. Boyce sent you. Also, Aisha Verzi, who is maybe in this class. Aisha, if you're here, say something in the chat. Or if you actually sell insurance, then feel free to to mention your business in the chat. I can't vouch for any business that's in here though, so make sure you vet properly. But I encourage you to talk to somebody. The second reason they say people don't get enough life insurance is complexity and time consumption. The process of obtaining life insurance is often perceived as complex and time consuming. This can discourage people, especially those who feel they do not have time to navigate the complexities of different policies and terms. Well, if the complexity of getting life insurance is too much for you, imagine the complexity of your children having to beg for money in the street because daddy did not make plans and preparations, or your family having to go through the complexity of setting up your GoFundMe account and putting your face up there because you didn't handle your business before you died. Misunderstanding of needs. They said a lot of people They think that if they are young and healthy, they don't need life insurance. Or those without children also believe that life insurance is unnecessary. Uh, I'm gonna say that if you don't have kids, I really, or if you have adult kids, what's supposed to happen is that when you have adult kids, you're supposed to have assets that you can leave to them instead of having to leave the life insurance. But truth be told, I think at the very least, a basic policy to make sure somebody can bury you might be required. A lack of awareness. Some individuals are simply not aware of the importance of life insurance, okay, and the potential consequences of not having it. What else? They said income levels. According to an LIMRA study, a significant number of people with certain income brackets, 50,000 to 250,000 per year, do not have any life insurance. This suggests that financial constraints or prioritization of other expenses over life insurance could be a factor. Okay, I get that. Adequacy of coverage. Even among those who do have life insurance, many do not have adequate life insurance. This is often due to purchasing policies that do not meet their family's needs or financial situations, etc. Okay. So yeah, so ultimately I would encourage you to consider life insurance if you don't have enough. If you do have enough, maybe getting some extra will be an awesome way to level up your family. I got my policies and then I was like, you know what? They don't cost that much. Let me get another one so that in case something does happen, I can level up the people that I care about. I don't want the people behind me to leave as broke as they were when they came into this world, right? So I think that setting a simple goal like that, making sure that you are a kind of a slingshot, like or like you're the rubber band man. You propel people forward by your existence. I think is really really critical and important. And then once you get the life insurance, you may want to look into trust and things like that. Just things that also can avoid probate. Probate is where people lose a lot of money because they didn't make plans and preparations. The lawyers make their money off probate because people don't plan for their death, and then death happens, and somebody has to go through and sort through all that stuff and make sure everybody gets what they're supposed to get. Also, the other problem is that if you don't make sort of adequate instructions and put them in place, you can end up leaving things to people that you don't want to leave things to. Like, so if you have an ex-spouse or something and you forgot to take their name off as a beneficiary of something, then next thing you know, your current spouse is upset because all your stuff went to this other person, things, little things like that. And I told you all that crazy story that there was really a true story about the guy that was in his 50s who had the 32-year-old girlfriend who and he I guess because he thought like a lot of us so-called OG types, a lot of us get tricked into thinking we're going to be young forever. We just do. I know I do. In my mind, I'm still 25 years old sometimes. And I'm like, no, boys, you're not 25. Your knees will remind you. But anyway, he had this young girlfriend, and then he had that stroke, and it just created holy hell all throughout his family because basically his daughter was going to get everything, and his daughter did not like the girlfriend. She's like, my daddy loved you, but I don't love you. So get the hell up out of get you need to get out of the house. And also, the girlfriend pressed charges against the girl. Sorry, the daughter pressed charges against the girlfriend because the girlfriend had done what a lot of people might be tempted to do. When he was in his coma, she broke into his phone in order to get access to the bank accounts because she knew that he was going to pay the bills. He just couldn't consent to paying the bills, right? So at that point, she got into the point where she's breaking the law, and I don't know, she might still be in prison today. I'm going to try to get an update on the story because I actually know the people who are in the story. So what I'll do is I will look into it and let you all know how the story ended because I'm wondering if the girl's still in jail myself. Anyway, all right, so there we go. So with life insurance, I would encourage you to just process that, maybe do a needs assessment, sit down with an expert that can actually help you with that. I see Aisha's in the chat. Aisha is a really great friend to the Black Business School, so I don't mind mentioning her as somebody to speak with. I saw Aisha this week at the Stock Options Summit, and so there we go. She's right there in the chat. And in fact, what I'll do is when I leave today, I'll leave the chat open for a few minutes so you guys can connect with her if you'd like. And Aisha, I know you're sharing your phone number in the chat. So there we go. This is a way. And again, that's her business now to make sure that that's clear. So make sure you vet and ask the right questions and stuff like that. But I like Aisha a lot. Aisha is one of my favorite people. All right. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for today. So we're gonna meet tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Every single morning we do financial consciousness training, and I hope you guys will join us. Make sure you're on the text list in order to get the notification. Text the word morning, MORNING, to 87948. Text morning to 87948. Also, tomorrow we're doing the special event on stock market investing for beginners. So if you are a beginner or you have beginners in your family, you can bring your whole family. Don't forget that. You can bring anybody you want to the events. We do not police you. We'll give you lifetime access to all the materials, all the slides, everything else. And my goal is that I want 100% of you to be investing or close to it. 98, 95%. I'll settle for something like that. But I really, really want everybody to own some stock. So give me a yes if you're gonna go own some stock or get some stock, or you're gonna keep buying stock consistently, because that'll make me feel good. And the reason it'll make me feel good is because I know, based on all the studies I've read thousands of research papers on stock markets and investing. I wrote dozens of them myself, and I can tell you, stock market investing, stock market participation is the number one factor in determining whether a family is going to be wealthy in this generation and beyond. So we're all going to be wealthy. You might not be wealthy today, but you are already wealthy, because in your mind, in your soul, you've already got ideas and information and a vision that is set to make you and your loved ones into millionaires. The other thing about millionaire status, I want you to understand, is that sometimes you may not always see everything that results from the fruit of your labor. You may not see all of that. Walt Disney's father did not get to see everything Walt Disney was going to become because of his influence. Martin Luther King's senior did not get to see everything that Martin Luther King Jr. eventually did. And so ultimately what I would say to you is that this is, or maybe he did. Let me double check that. I might get that. I might have got that one wrong. But anyway, my point is to say that a lot of you may not see the result. He definitely didn't see what the grandkids did. How about that? Right? So what I would definitely say to you is you plant the seeds, you do your best, you work hard, you learn, you grow, form healthy habits, push healthy habits to others, and then within, over time, everything does what it's supposed to do, right? The universe has a way of giving you back what you give to it. So I want you to give positive things to yourself and to your family, and eventually over time, the universe is going to give that right back to you. So elevate, let's keep doing that. That's what it means to be conscious, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. So take care, and get on the text list if you're not there yet. Text the word morning to 87948. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll leave the chat open for a minute in case you want to chat about insurance and stuff like that. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.